Hey guys, this is John, and I'm back. I'm playing some 5 Minute, and my opponent is Mr. George Jorge. It's like Jorge, but there's two O's. So take that for what it is. So we have like a Nimzo Larson with B3 turned into like a Kali system sort of thing. It's interesting. I'm just gonna play it simple in the center. I expect him to take with the knight. Now, do I want to take? Yeah, why not? Let's just take. Lots of simplifications going on in the middle. Wow, I'm over 2,500 now. That last game really pumped up my rating. So here, castling makes the most sense, or at least it does on the surface. But I wonder if pawn e5 is worth considering. Or just taking on c4. Both moves look reasonable. If I castle, he can go knight c or take on d5 and then go knight c3. I don't know if I like that so much. Just seems like an easy position for him to play. Maybe queen c7 here. Okay, I'm just going to take on c4. We're going to play this straightforward. Thing is, he doesn't have to take back right away. He could play rook d1. And I'm thinking in that case, I have to play, what, like bishop e7? Something along those lines. He does take. I should probably just castle. Yeah, now rook d1 again, I can just move my bishop away. Unless I have some fancy tactic. Ooh, I'm kind of tempted to go for a tactic now. Bishop takes h2, king takes h2, knight g4. Nah, he could play queen takes g4 at the very least. It's not even worth calculating. Yeah, let's just keep it simple. Let's just do this. Well, I think the position's about dead equal. Just go a6, control the b5 square. It's about dead equal. Maybe I'll go h5 and stake out some space. I'll get rid of my back rank problem. I do not mind playing this endgame at all. Okay, this move potentially weakens the e3 point. So let's start maneuvering against that. Maybe knight d7. If I can work my knight up to e5, maybe I can disturb his bishop and get my bishop into c2. That's what I'm thinking. Now I look like a genius for having played h5, because his g4 move is hindered. Okay, what's he going for here? He's just going to like put something on d4? Is that what he's telling me? Okay. Let's just do this. I bet he plays bishop d4 now and tries to swap the dark square bishops. And in reply, what to do? If I take, he takes with his knight. Still, though, let's do that. I'll just go bishop g6. Hey, your knight doesn't have a lot of squares now. In fact, if I go here, is it not trapped? It is. Now his only move is to play a5. And what can I do? Just something simple like this? Knight d7? Yeah, that's safe enough. Yeah, and he's losing the knight. Although, ooh, I might have put myself in a pin. Nah, but it doesn't matter. He can try to play rook a4. And it's kind of a funny move. So if I take, he takes back and I'm pinned. But I think I could just go like knight f8 or something. Yeah, something along these lines. He's still out of squares for the knight. Still totally bankrupt of squares. You can play knight c6 though. He didn't see it. Let's just do this. D3 or take on E3, probably just do that. Let's just bring this guy up. I mean, I got to be mildly careful, right? Because the B pawn. Ooh, actually, now I got to be really careful. Didn't realize my A pawn would be dropping so fast. That's annoying. Okay, I'm gonna go here. It's very annoying. I'll try to put my knight on c7. I totally got overconfident in this position. Now I have a little bit of work to do.
Check.
Let's push him back. He should go king f2. Then I'm going to play rook c8. I think I'm still winning, but it's much harder now. Just try to bring our king over. Let's just keep bringing this over.
Check.
Let's see which way he goes with this king. I need my bishop to participate in the defense. Yeah, he goes that way. Okay, I think I can always get those pawns, so let's just get these guys advanced first. Or my king over. I can always go grab out g2 if I want to.
Check.
Let's go here. So if rook c7, king b5, I think I have. h4 is an annoyingly good move.
Time.
Man, I'm blowing this game. Now he can play b7. The time is just awful. Oh, I can't believe I'm blowing this game.
Check.
Yeah, this is bad, guys. I am defending, but...
Draw.
This is still bad. Can play f5. Need to get my king up to b5. Let's do that. You can go back to a7. Yeah, but what are you going to do over here? There's nothing to do.
Check.
Draw.
He doesn't want to draw anymore. Really? Really, really, really.
Check. Check.
Ah, okay. I lose on time. I probably deserved it, like how poorly I converted that game. But I had his knight trapped and totally just let it slip. Yeah. Knight f8. Knight f8 was like a dumb move. So let's go back. So in the opening, I played d5 against b3 because I didn't really feel like, a lot of times I play e5 against this move, but there's some theory in this, and you have to go about defending the pawn in a proper way. So I think d5 is perfectly fine, and I just chose a consistent pattern of development. Got my light square bishop outside the chain early. Maybe bishop e7 is slightly more accurate if he's going to play c4 next move. Because then I don't run into the problem I had in the game, where I felt like my bishop was exposed on d6 after all these trades happened. He could play rook d1 in this position. That's what I was trying to figure out if it was good for him. Attack my bishop, and then let's say I play like bishop e7 or something. Probably he can move his queen, like maybe just queen takes c4, and maybe disrupt me with like a check on b5 or a4 after this. So that's possible. So so after this happened, and he went rook d1, like I briefly considered bishop takes h2, having in mind something like this. But okay, there's so many things wrong with this. One, after this, my fantasy line with queen h4 is just losing to queen takes g7 mate. Moreover, I think he could even just play this move if he really wanted to, and get like two minor pieces for the rook. So that's a total fail. So I just played bishop e7. Yeah, now the game is like roughly equal. I played a6. I don't think he should play a4. This move looks like a positional mistake because it weakens the b3 pawn unnecessarily. If I were him, I would go bishop e2 and I'd put the bishop on f3. That seems like a better option. So I did a6 and he did a4. Let's just see if the engine agrees with that assessment. Yeah, a4 is a weak move. Just a little weakening. Bishop e2 it likes. Maybe black is already slightly for choice anyways. h5 could be getting too fancy. I just felt like a luft move would be nice at this point. He went f3. I tried to jump on that weakness of the pawn. So here's where it got interesting. I played knight b6, and he did play bishop d4. I traded and then dropped the bishop back here. So if he's going to retreat his bishop, he has to go to f1 now. And then e5, he has the c2 square available, or e2 square rather. I do see I can try to go and win the c2 pawn, maybe with like take bishop here, but he does get this move in. So I don't know if I'm technically like winning it. Probably not. Nah, because like knight c8 or check. He could defend this guy. So bishop f1 looks like the move if he's going to play a bishop retreat. Still, though, I think I have nice options like e5, knight d5, or just knight d5 directly. Yeah, engine likes knight d5 right away. Says it's about equal. So he does this, and then, yeah, bishop has no squares. Or the knight has no squares, rather. Knight d7. Yeah, this was kind of foolish of me to... I thought about king f8. King f8 makes a whole ton of sense, too. Just get the king closer and threaten to take now that I can play king e7 afterwards. So I played knight f8. He sacked the piece like this.
Check.
Yeah, that's the easiest way to convert this. Take, check. And then just get my bishop to d3. That does look pretty easy. Like king f2, bishop d3, and just hold the pawn like that. I do have under 2 minutes, but you know, there's no reason I shouldn't win this position. It's kind of ridiculous not to. So I played knight e6.
Check.
But I forgot that my a6 pawn was in serious danger now. Yeah, knight e6 was just an awful move. Just take on d1. I was thinking I was like helping my pieces come over to the queen side by doing this. Like I gained a couple tempos, but what I really gained was just more misery for my a pawn. Yeah, he could have just captured on a6 now, huh? Why is that the case? I thought if he takes on a6, I have knight c5. Take knight c5, bishop c4, take here. Oh, that's a threat. Yeah, that escaped my attention altogether. Uh-huh. So for that reason, he can just do that. I'm sure he would have, but he must have thought the same thing as me, that if bishop takes, then knight c5 was a good response. Okay, but that's not the case. And now I'm doing all right again. But the time is ticking. So this happened. Oh, just rook b8. Yeah, attack the pawn that way. That would have been simple. Because if I win one of his queenside pawns, it's over. Yeah, rook b8. I just played this on instinct. I guess I can take on g2. But it's not as clear anymore. Yeah, now b5, and it seems like he's fine.
Check.
Huh. So my technique was pretty awful. Oh yeah, he could go b7 here, couldn't he? I moved my king away. It's like I was just timing down. h4 was really annoying, by the way. That was a good move by him. Shuts my bishop down. I can't move my bishop for fear of him taking on f7. So at this point, I'm just playing strictly for a draw.
Check.
But given the time situation, it wasn't going to happen. The position does look equal. Because he can't advance his pawns any further. Like a6 would drop the b6 pawn, right? And b7 would drop that pawn. And if he ever goes check, I think I can come to d6 or b5. And if he gets greedy and tries to win this, he could easily end up losing. Or I guess king a6 is even better. Eliminate that pawn. So, yeah. And he tried to go win, but I think that was more like just optimism in the face of my time pressure. And now black is the one who's winning. But, interesting game. Didn't convert, so got to do better. Alright, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to play one more game today, and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Thanks. Bye.